Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie Legal. I'm one of the Autism Low Incidence Mentor teachers with Richmond Public Schools. Today, we're going to do a lesson all about telling time, and it's lesson 23 from the month of April, and it's called Ruby's Mom Goes to Work. So I just want to go over a few things that we're going to be using in the lesson. If you're able to access the math pack, that was another link below the video. You can, if you have access to it, you can print this out. This is a template of a analog clock, and you can print, or you can cut it out and make it on a paper plate like this, and put the numbers, and these are the hands of the clock. Also, in the math pack, there is this. So here is the analog clock, and here is a digital clock. So we're going to talk about telling time on an analog clock and a digital clock today. Okay, and different things also happen in the AM, which is the morning when the sun comes up, and in the PM, which is in the afternoon going into the evening. Okay, so I also have another example of a digital clock right here. You can see it, it has the different numbers on it. All righty, so let's get started with our lesson. I'm going to share my screen. All right, so in the language arts lessons, we also talked about the story, what do you do? And about Ruby's mom, and that she worked at a bank. So I just want to review a little bit about Ruby's mom. So let's have it read to us. All right, here we go.
Every day, Ruby sees her mom leave for work. She wears a suit. She takes a briefcase. What does Ruby's mom do? Where does Ruby's mom go?
Okay, so Ruby's mom leaves for work every day, nicely dressed in a suit, and brings a briefcase.
When Ruby's mom gets home, Ruby asks, "Mom, what do you do?" Ruby's mom says, "I work with a lot of people. I help people get money. I work in a bank."
All right, so Ruby's mom works with a lot of people, and she helps people get money. So she works in a bank, and a bank is where you can go and get money.
Ruby's mom also says that she works to earn money. She earns money so they can buy a house, clothes, and food.
So she works to earn money. Okay, so this is all about Ruby's mom. Okay, so now we're going to go into our math lesson, and let's see what time Ruby's mom does different things. Okay, so first I want to show you one second. Okay, so we're going to talk about the digital clock first. There's the 8, and the 00 means 8 o'clock. Can you point to the number 8? That's the number 8 right there, okay? Then we have 9 o'clock. 900 is 9 o'clock on a digital clock, okay? Point to the number 9. There's the number 9. Okay, then we have 10 o'clock. 10:00 is 10 o'clock. All right, on a digital clock. And then we have 6 o'clock, 6:00. Point to the 6. This is the 6 right here. Okay. Then we have 3 o'clock. 3:00 is 3 o'clock. Say it, 3 o'clock. And if you have a device, a communication device, you can get that out. And if you have time on there, you can point to 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. These are the different times that Ruby's mom does things that we're going to go through. And 1 o'clock is 1:00. Point to the 1. There's 1 o'clock. Okay. Also, on a digital clock, we're going to see her do things at 6:30. So 6:30 is 6:30. Can you say that? 6:30. Okay. And then there's 8:30. Can you point to the 30? 30 is 3 and a 0 right here. Okay. Then we have 9:30, 9:30. This is all on a digital clock we're talking about first. Then we have 2:30, the 2:30 is 2:30. And 10:30. And last one we're going to talk about is 12:30. Okay. All right, so let me go back and share my screen with you again. All right, so let's read about what Ruby's mom does. At 8 o'clock, so at 8 o'clock on a digital clock, that's what 8 o'clock looks like, Ruby sees her mom leave for work. Okay?
Ruby sees her mom leave for work.
So at 8 o'clock, Ruby sees her mom leave for work. That's what 8 o'clock looks like. Can you match 8 o'clock on the digital clock up here? Which one's 8 o'clock? Point to it. You pointed to 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock a.m.
A.M. So that's 8 o'clock a.m. And a.m. was in the morning when the sun comes up. So she wakes up and she leaves her work at 8 a.m. All right. Let's go to the next one. At 9:30, Ruby's mom gets to the bank. Do you remember Ruby's mom right here works at a bank? And at 9:30, she gets to the bank. Who can find 9:30 on the digital clock here? Which one is 9:30? Point to it. If you pointed here, you are correct.
9:30 a.m.
A.M. again, which is in the morning when the sun comes up. So she leaves for work at
8 o'clock a.m.
a.m. and gets to work at
9:30 a.m.
Okay. All right. So when she's at work at 10 o'clock, Ruby's mom talks to customers. This was at 10 o'clock. 10:00. Who can find the 10 o'clock? Point to it. If you pointed here, you are correct.
10 o'clock a.m.
At 10 o'clock a.m., Ruby's mom talks to customers. All right, looks like she's eating some lunch down here. Let's see. At 12:30, Ruby's mom eats lunch. At 12:30, okay, that's 12:30, 12:30. Ruby's mom eats lunch. And at 12:30, so after 12 o'clock, that means it's p.m., okay, which is the afternoon and evening. So at 12:30, Ruby's mom eats lunch. Who can find the 12:30 on the digital clock? Point to it. If you pointed here, you are correct.
12:30 p.m.
12:30 p.m. Okay? Let's move on. All right, at 3 o'clock, right here, 3 o'clock, Ruby's mom counts money. Oops, sorry.
At Ruby's mom counts money.
At 3 o'clock, Ruby's mom counts money. Who can find the 3 o'clock between these two? Point to it. 3 o'clock. You pointed here.
3 o'clock p.m.
You are correct. So in the afternoon, because it's p.m., at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, she counts money. And then at 6 o'clock, Ruby's mom gets home from work.
At Ruby's mom gets home from work.
All right, let's find 6 o'clock on the digital clock. 6 o'clock. Point to it. Okay. If you pointed to 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock p.m.
You are correct. Nice job. All right, so let me clear the screen here real quick. We're going to talk about the next type of clock, which is an analog clock. And an analog clock looks like this. A circle with all the numbers on it, okay? And you can cut this circle out and put it onto a paper plate, okay? I'm gonna make myself bigger so you can see, okay? Here we go, here it is. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then back to 12, okay? And you can cut out the hands to tell what time it is, okay? So if I switch this around, I can make this 9 o'clock. O'clock is always, when I say 9 o'clock, it means that this long hand is always pointing to the number 12, okay? So 9 o'clock on an analog clock with the numbers looks like this, okay? But 9 o'clock on a digital clock looks like this. Now, if I say 9:30, just move my clock here. 9:30 means that the long hand is always pointing to the 6, right there. Okay, 9:30 on an analog clock. And 9:30 on a digital clock looks like this. So now we're going to go and look at the analog clocks to try to tell time of when Ruby's mom goes to work. Share my screen with you again. All right, so at 8 o'clock, which is the 8:00 on the digital clock, but on the analog clock, it looks like, let me just grab it. This one right here, 8 o'clock. Okay. So at 8 o'clock, Ruby sees her mom leave for work. So she says, bye-bye, Mom, at 8 a.m. in the morning. So look down here. Which one of these clocks looks like this one? 8 o'clock. With the hand, one of the hands pointing to the 8 and the other hand pointing to the 12. Point to it. If you pointed here, you are correct.
8 o'clock a.m.
8 o'clock a.m. in the morning, she goes to work. And then at 9:30, Ruby's mom gets to the bank. So let's find 9:30 on our clock, our yellow clock. Point to it. If you pointed here, you are correct.
9:30 a.m.
So at 9:30 a.m., Ruby's mom gets to the bank. All right, so at 10 o'clock, Ruby's mom talks to customers. 10 o'clock. Who can find 10 o'clock down here? O'clock is when it's pointing to the 12. One of the hands is pointing to the 12 and one of the hands is pointing to the 10. Point to 10 o'clock. Let me find it over here for you. Where's my 10 o'clock? Sorry. Let's see. There it is. All right, so if you pointed to 10 o'clock, right down here.
10 o'clock a.m.
10 o'clock a.m., she talks to customers. Okay? And then she's going to eat her lunch at 12:30 p.m., which is in the afternoon. Can you point to the P and the M? p.m. Afternoon at 12:30, she eats her lunch. Down here, which one is 12:30? One of the hands is pointing to a 6. That means 12:30. Find it here. 12:30. Point to it. Okay, if you pointed here, you are correct.
12:30 p.m.
12:30 p.m. in the afternoon, she eats lunch. All right, at 3 o'clock, Ruby's mom counts money. Who can find 3 o'clock on the yellow clocks? It is the one clock has one hand pointing to the 12 and one hand pointing to the 3. Point to it. If you need to match it, here it is. Match. 3 o'clock. You pointed here, you are correct.
3 o'clock p.m.
3 o'clock in the afternoon, she counts money. And then at 6 o'clock, Ruby's mom gets home from work. Let's find 6 o'clock. Remember, o'clock right here is the 00 on this one, and on the yellow clock, it has one hand pointing to the 6 and one hand pointing to the 12. Point to it. If you need to match it, here it is. Match 6 o'clock. If you pointed here, you are correct.
6 o'clock p.m.
6 o'clock in the evening, Ruby's mom gets home from work. Okay? So, thank you for talking with me about all the different times that Ruby's mom does things, and when she goes to work, and what time she eats, and what time she gets home from work. I just want to review. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I just want to review with you that you can see here, my clock fell, sorry. We talked about the digital clock, which has numbers on it like this. And we talked about the analog clock. When it is 9:30, anytime it has 9:30 in it, 30 in it, it's pointing to the 6. Anytime that it has o'clock in it, it is pointing to the 12. Just like this. All right? Pointing to the 12 means o'clock, pointing down here to the 6 means 30. Okay? And then this one, 12:30, make it so you can see it a little better. On a digital clock, has the 3 and the 0 for 30 there. And for the o'clock, for 8 o'clock, for o'clock, it has 2 zeros. All right. And in the morning is AM. AM means morning time when you wake up from sleeping. And then in the afternoon, it is PM. PM when the sun starts to go down. All right. Thanks so much for doing this lesson with me. I'll be back soon with some more. Bye-bye for now.